Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at forms again, but we're going to also look at the combo box and how useful they can be. The power of the combo box. Okay, so if you've got a form and there's IDs that are being shown to the user, or the user has to enter IDs, you don't really want to have that happen. Okay, so we'll look at combo boxes, we'll look at how you can set them up for a few things. Okay, so something much more user-friendly than having the user enter IDs, having to remember that customer, Mike is ID number 3 or something like that. That's horrible. You don't want people to have to remember that sort of stuff. So how can you do it and make it friendly? That's all about the power of the combo box. Okay, so let's have a look at that. So once again, we'll create a blank form. Okay, and this time we'll do it for the stays table. Okay, so we'll go into design view. Okay, make sure our little selector's selected there. Go to properties, and we'll make our data based on the stays table. Okay, and then we'll go add existing fields, and we'll select all of the fields in the table just for fun and drag them onto the form. Okay, so we could tidy all this up as well. We might as well do it quickly. It's just fairly quick to do. Oops, sometimes it's a bit hard to select. I'm working in a little tiny window here to try and keep the video size down. So let's make all those the right size, same size. Oops. Control Z to undo if ever you make a mistake and need to undo it. So these are just labels here, of course, too. So you can, price per night doesn't quite fit, and the PER is a bit ugly, so I'm going to make it price. They're just labels. You can change them to whatever you like. Check-in date. I'll move that back a little bit. I'll use the arrow keys to move it back. Okay. Now you'll notice there that because I changed the size of it that way, these now no longer match properly. So I'm going to disconnect the label, select the text box again, and reattach it. And looks like it's pretty all right. Stretch it out this way a bit. Okay, and all of those, the size of the boxes don't really matter. We're just going to and I'll make all those right justified like I did before. That's why I like it. Okay, so when we now view that form, okay, you'll see that the customer ID is 2, the hotel's 2, and these all make sense. The date, the number of nights, and so on. They all make sense. But we don't want to have to type in IDs for things. We don't have to remember that hotel ID 2 is the whatever hotel. Okay, so how can we do it and make it more user friendly? Well, we can use combo boxes. Let's have a look at that. Design view. So we'll right click, we'll just do it for customer for now. So we'll right click on customer and we'll go change to combo box. Okay, let's go back into form view and see how that looks. Okay, so now, not much happening. Okay, so not very good so far, but let's keep at it. Okay, so we'll go into form view again. We'll go to properties, and in the row source here, we'll say select, or actually no, we won't. We'll just go customer. Okay. So the customer table is going to bring in the data for this combo box. Okay, so we'll just keep it nice and simple. Form view up here. So now we can see at least we've got a list of IDs. So that's a little bit better than having to remember ID. We know we've got from 1 to 4. That's a big step up, but we can make it a lot better. Let's do that. Go back to design view. Okay, so in the format tab, there's column count. Okay. And in the customer table there's the ID, the name, the address, and so on. So we'll make that 2 and see what happens instead of 1. Okay, back to form view. Oh, now we're getting something a little bit better. Okay, so we're seeing the ID and the name. So far so good. We can make it better. Okay, so let's change that to 3 and see what we get. Okay, now we might be running out of width here, so let's make the width of the combo box 10 centimeters just for fun. When we click away, you'll see centimeters goes in. So let's go form view, and we'll go Okay, so we're seeing names and addresses now. That's pretty good. Okay, we only need a little bit of space for our name. We probably need a longer space for our address, and we only need a tiny bit of space for our ID. Okay, so let's make that change. Back to design view. So it's backwards and forwards a lot for these things. Here we've got column widths. So we can go, we've got 10 centimeters to play with. So we can go 1 for ID, 3 for name, and we'll make all the rest for address. So 1, 3, and 6, that's up to 10. So we know we're right. We'll click away. Access automatically puts into centimeters. Okay, back to form view. Okay, and you'll see things are much better. Okay, but do we really want the user to even see the ID? IDs just confuse users. They want to try and type them in, or they remember that customer ID was so and so, and then in the future maybe they make a mistake. Okay, so it's better to just hide the IDs from users. So we don't want to show the ID here, and we don't want to show the ID in the drop down either. Okay, so if we can use that, we can still use that. If we change it to that, then now that stay is associated with Samuel. Let's change it back to Mike. Okay, back to design view. So we want to remove the IDs, and the way to do that is just make that 0 centimeters. That first column, 0 centimeters. Okay, and back to form view. Form view. So there's a lot of toing and throwing, and you'll see now instead of having the IDs showing, we can choose the customer. Okay, and that's just so much better, so much easier. Okay, just to recap, let's do it again quickly for hotel. Back to design view, and we'll do it all in one step for the hotel, okay, because we know what we're doing now. Okay, so let's do the same thing for our hotel ID. So when we click on there, you'll see that it just says plain text. We're not getting the same things that we had up here for customer ID. And the reason is, of course, that it's still a text box. We've got to change it to a combo box to see the extra features. So change to combo box. Now we see the table query. And here, for our row source, we want all the IDs to come from our hotel table. Okay, so again, we'll change the column count to 3. Okay, we'll change the width to, let's see if we can do it all in one step and see what we end up with. 0, 3, 6, and width we can make it 9 or 10, doesn't really matter. 10, okay, and that should be pretty close. Okay, form view. So now we can choose the customer, and we can also choose the hotel. Okay, and we see the address and everything to really help us understand things. Maybe we need to make that first column there a little bit wider, but it's well on the way. So the user doesn't have to remember any IDs, doesn't have to think about IDs. So maybe we want to change these labels as well. So we can do a little bit of tidying up. That's pretty good. Hotels, we need a little bit more room for hotel name. Let's do that. So it's no longer the ID we're entering, we'll just call it customer. Okay, we'll change that label. Same for hotel, we're no longer entering IDs, we're choosing customers, much more user friendly. Click over here and we'll have 4 centimeters for the hotel name. Okay, back to form view, and customer's great, hotel's great. Okay, so we can choose different hotels, different customers, and that changes our data. If we go to the next record and back again, the change is permanent. Okay, so we've changed our data. Change it back to what it was. Okay, so don't let your users see IDs. Much easier to just let them choose a nice, meaningful customer, hotel, whatever from a combo box. If you had values that you wanted to, for example, if you had particular values you wanted to hard code or provide to the user that weren't based on a table, you can do that as well very easily in Access. Back to design view. Let's add a new text box. I'll just show you how. Whoops, that was a button. Delete. A new text box. Okay, and we'll change that to a combo box. Change to combo box, and on the data, we're just going to type in some values. So, and just comma separated. So I just typed in 3 values there, hello, Mike, and goodbye, just to show you that you can type values in. Okay, so now we have to change one more thing. Because we've hard-coded the list of data that we want to appear in that combo box, we also need to make it that it's not a table query anymore. It's now just a value list, a list of values separated by commas. Okay, so it's not relating to what's in the database. It's just a list of values we've provided. Okay, so let's now go into Form View, and you'll see that we can choose those out of our list. So combo boxes, brilliant. They can be so useful in your projects. So I hope that was useful.